Hello and welcome to another marvelous video. People at House of the Dragon only want more dragons at this point. Yes, Vhagar is the most enormous living dragon in Westeros, and it's understandable for fans to be delighted to finally see her, but it appears that the actual dragon threat has remained mostly hidden. Due to his resemblance to Balerion, the most enormous known fire-breathing dragon who perished during King Aegon's conquest, the second largest living dragon appears to excite fans' attention even more. We're talking about Cannibal. Cannibal, who is black and frightening with crafty emerald eyes that flare with desire, would be a fantastic addition to the already stellar House of the Dragon lineup. So now the real question is, what would happen if these two dragons faced off? Stick with us to find out. Cannibal versus Vhagar. Cannibal, like Vhagar, is one of the wild, untamed dragons along with Grey Ghost and Sheep Stealer. His evil moniker had a cost since he would feast on slain dragons as well as dragon eggs and dragon neonates. Cannibal never shied away from exposing his potential tamers to the same fate as seen by the bones littering his lair. Cannibal is the oldest and biggest of the wild dragons. He is known to be hostile toward the Targaryen dragons. No one knows exactly why. Some Dragonstone locals said that the Cannibal resided on the island before the Targaryens came in 114 BC. If the Cannibal sprang from a distinct bloodline of dragons, that might explain why it was so hostile to the other Targaryen dragons. It's also important to note that Cannibal, despite disappearing after the battle, was one of the few dragons to endure the Dance of the Dragons. Now that is quite an achievement. This wild dragon is unknown to have been ridden by any man in Westeros, which makes his potential appearance in the series all the more exciting, because he may pose a threat to anybody, regardless of allegiance or intentions. On the other hand, Vhagar, the Seven Kingdoms' oldest, largest, and most dangerous dragon, is now on Queen Alicent Hightower's side after Prince Aemon Targaryen claimed Vhagar in the 7th episode of House of the Dragon when Lady Laena Velaryon, Vhagar's former rider, committed suicide by commanding Vhagar to incinerate her with dragonfire and was buried at sea. Vhagar is a really terrifying creature. As the series shows, the she-dragon is enormous and dwarfs even Drogon, Daenerys Targaryen's largest dragon in Game of Thrones, and all the other dragons that have been so far in House of the Dragon. Vhagar is also the final of the original 3 dragons that Aegon the Conqueror and his sister wives rode to unify the Seven Kingdoms under Targaryen rule, so the dragon should be about 180 years old. The fortunes of Vhagar and Aemon Targaryen are entwined with those of Daemon Targaryen and Caraxes. Daemon will be the most formidable defender of Rhaenyra's claim to the Iron Throne in future House of the Dragon episodes. At the same time, Aemon will rise as protector of the realm and the finest warrior of Alicent Hightower's group, the Greens. Daemon will eventually face his nephew Aemon in the Riverlands in what will be known as the Battle of God's Eye, after both Targaryen princes take turns taking Harrenhal for their respective armies. The last fight between Daemon and Caraxes with Aemon and Vhagar results in all of their deaths when the Targaryens and their dragons fall into a lake, thereby ending their story in House of the Dragon. Marvelous verdict. If this battle ever happens, it would be very neck to neck since both the dragons are more or less similarly powered. One is the largest wild dragon while the other is the largest dragon alive. One survives at the war's end while the other dies but is very experienced and equipped in battle. If I had to choose one, the Cannibal alone would most likely lose against Vhagar since the Cannibal was a wild dragon who fought in an uncontrolled manner. He'd still put up a good fight with Vhagar, but he'd surely be unable to fly away from it unscathed. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed watching, then click on that like and share button and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.